Welcome back everyone, Christine here. It's Friday. We've made it through another week. So there's two things I'd like to discuss with you today, just two that have been on my mind. And the first one, because a lot of people have been asking on finding patterns, I found a pattern for a good cause. I know some of you are non-knitters, I know some of you are new knitters, and this could be daunting, but I found this story compelling. And let me just say, when I was reading the article, I was just like, wow. So imagine living in the Shetland Islands. Wouldn't that be awesome? But little did I know that there's 16 islands, 23,000 people in population on those islands that don't have an MRI scanner available to them. They have to get transportation either by boat or plane to the mainlands to get an MRI. I was just, wow. I just take things like that for granted. So when I read in the article that a knitter, her name is Harriet Middleton, started making hats and selling them at craft shows to try to help support and fund getting an MRI, because she too had to travel to get MRIs to the mainland after battling some cancer or a cancerous polyp. So then she created a pattern. It's called Harriet's Hats. And yes, Shetland Farrow color work, beautiful. So yes, I got my pattern and I'll be doing this. Just don't know what colors. But kudos to her and her community that they already have raised about 10% towards their goal to get this MRI scanner. Yes. And speaking of colors, this week I kind of did a little bit of damage to my hands. We'll go into that later. However, I've been winding up this. And I listen to all your comments. Trust me, I do. So I've had some requests for worsted weight, non-superwash skeins. So I went out on the proverbial limb here, so to speak, and bought a cone of worsted weight, non-superwash, but this has 20% silk in it. And I want to show you a little bit more on the dyeing process next week, and I need some comments for some coloring. And no, please, no Pepto-Bismol pink was one of the comments that I got in an email. So yes, please comment about what kind of colors you want to see, because silk versus the merino, one being animal, one being plant, they're going to dye differently. Because this having 80% merino, I will use my animal-friendly dyes for that. So the silk is not going to take that dye. So I want to show you the process, but I also want to utilize the dog days of summer here with these. So with these, I'll fill up with some water, soak the yarn, add vinegar, make sure they're all nice and happy in there. Place them outside utilizing the sun. I'm going to dye them out there, cover them over, and let the sun do its thing. Because these are not superwash, you really do not want to stir them constantly or stir it up, because if not, this will felt. So there you have it, the two things that are on my mind this week. One being finding a pattern for a good cause, which I did that. And secondly, a worsted non-superwash base. Gonna give it a shot. Also give you guys the opportunity to give me some color combinations you would like to see. whether it be speckled, non-speckled, if you want to see some kind of variegation or what. Let me know in the comments below. Also, I'll put the link in the description below for Harriet's hat. And if you're not a knitter, you can also make donations. They do have a donation page, so just so that you know. So I hope you guys all have a great weekend. Please, as always, like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for when I post a new video, and also leave your comments for color combinations. And I'll see you next week. Peace. My week started off with this. I was drilling something and it slipped and went right through my fingernail. Yikes, that's going to be fun growing out. Then this happened. And then I was out on a hike and that happened. Yep. Guess I gotta get either knitting or crocheting to keep these things limbered up. Is that what you have to say?